Why did it shorten?
Is it already recording?
The frame, yes. Hi guys! Welcome back to Play Jen's fanfiction.
Okay, so when I was 13 or 14, created this fanfiction game that was meant for just like me and my friends, but she wants to like contentize it, so whatever. And so it's this game where there's this like deck of cards with a bunch of different fictional characters, some real people too, but like celebrities, so does it. So you show up late, you pull out two random people, you have to write a Batman love story fanfiction. Point to like not put minors in there. I made it when I was a minor.
Yeah,
it's like, no fun!
Yeah, because there was minors last time and I had to like age up.
To be fair,
I aged up Big Bird and the Pig.
is there's a judge and the judge gets to pick the best.
Yeah,
Okay.
You guys don't have to comment, but you can think about it. And
Not
you
in
can...
a mean way, but like, what if no one like watches this?
So you're 5 subscribers.
Actually, I have 11 subscribers.
Oh my god, 11? I'm sorry.
Wait,
I didn't know.
Cecil, can you go grab my glasses for me, please?
Have you gotten your VidCon invite yet? Mine have never gotten that bad though.
Mommy, feed me another piece of chicken.
Choose a card, bitch. I got Waluigi and Lois from Family Guy.
Oh, they both got big noses.
Name something you like your girlfriend to do to your face.
I want to say sit on it.
Yes! Sit on it!
Okay, I got Mike Wazowski and the Seven Dwarfs. And I can't write smut, this is so sad.
So I would like to preface, credit for this game goes to me. Anyways,
yeah.
Scar and Steve from Minecraft. Let's get to writing.
You looked in the mirror, sharp as a bullet. God damn, I love my mullet. God damn, I love my mullet.
I got Lois from Family Guy and Waluigi. Yeah, I can't take this seriously. But on a bright sunny day in the Mushroom Kingdom, Waluigi was wallowing in self-pity at home. He hated his life. Everything felt the same. It always did. No one would stoop down to his level and hang out with him because he was seen as an outcast. Outcasted for his sharp wits and of course his just as sharp mustache. He was outcasted for his pink nose and outlandish taste of clothing.
Is Waluigi smart?
I keep picturing Wario instead of Waluigi.
No. So he lay there on his couch, his face stuck in the same expression that scared everyone off, feeling numb to the bullying from everyone and himself.
There's no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now.
Come on, Luigi, you dumb fuck. Mario and Luigi aren't gonna die themselves, his roommate and friend Wario said. You go by yourself, I don't want to today. Shut the fuck up, and as usual they caused ruckus, stealing, pickpocketing, or straight up pointing a blast at any civilian they crossed. At some point, Waluigi managed to sneak away from his partner in crime, and in an alleyway, he noticed a thin figure approaching him, and he was not quite able to make out the face. Cautiously approaching the individual, he said, "Who's there?" No response. "I have a blaster, don't try anything." So like middle school. I'm sorry,
No,
I'm
it's
like reading
kinda
this
cute.
back. She finally became visible to Waluigi. She was the prettiest person, the only person he'd ever seen outside of whom he was used to. The way the green button-up hugged and how her red hair complemented her eyes. "Don't shoot!" And like a siren call, he immediately put it down. "Who are you?" His expression stayed the same, but Lois noticed his eyes soften. They just met, but how was it that they felt like they knew each other for more? It was like seeing someone you already know, someone you loved, someone kind. "I'm Lois, what's your name?" Waluigi was stunned. He didn't want to tell her his name. It was something everyone mocked and ridiculed. He paused. "Waluigi." She smiled softly at him. He paused. "Waluigi." She smiled softly at him. "What a handsome name," she smiled. "You're just saying that." He looked away. "No, Waluigi, I'm serious." Before she even had a chance to think, she grabbed his hand, looking into his eyes oh so meaningfully. "Sorry, where did you come from?" he asked, looking away, trying to hide an unfamiliar tint of red on his face. "I just opened a door and ended up here." She let go of his hand. "But I count this as a happy accident."
So there's like no explanation for how she ended up in Mushroom Kingdom?
She just opened a door and ended up there.
It's like a Family Guy like cutaway.
Remember that one time when you got stuck in Mushroom Kingdom and fell in love with Waluigi?
So meeting me was an accident? He looked at her. "Okay, then go on. Just go back to where you came from." His words stung her. I'm like cringing a little bit reading this. This was the first time something rude had something... I feel like the grammar in this is not grammar,
First time
guys.
something rude had pierced her soul.
Something someone said had pierced her soul. I think that's
Which
what I
is
was
crazy.
going...
Peter Griffin like abuses her.
Yeah.
Move, Lois. You're on the hood ornament's pillow.
That weren't odd. She was hurt from a mere stranger. Why are you so angry? She asked, her voice softening. You're stuck with that face, so you have to act the way you do. He looked at her, regretting yelling at her. Lois, I don't think meeting you was an accident. She wipes the tear from her eye. I know we're meant to be together. She looked at him with her deep brown eyes, and as the comfortable silence lingered between the two, it brought them closer and closer until they felt their lips connect and shared an ever so loving kiss.
Mike Wazowski and the Seven Dwarfs. The brand new invented time travel machine could possibly open whole new avenues for producing laughter for Monsters Inc., boosting their economy to heights never seen before.
Damn.
It was supposed to be in initial stages of testing, and Mike and Sully were supposed to go together. However, Mike had snuck off to test it himself. He just couldn't let Sully do it with him and take all the credit again. Sure, both him and Sully were the big faces of the company, but somehow he still felt so small, drowning in the shadow his large blue friend cast over him. Even if the credit was shared equally in thought, the public wouldn't see it that way. What was that? Is the lovely lady home? An odd, old, jolly, cheerful voice fell softly through the house. I am working with what I have.
Working the voice.
Mike froze and looked at his file. There were supposed to be 7 kids in this house. That did not sound like a child. He squinted, looking at the cozily lit cottage room around him. So neat and tidy, the tables seemed to glow with the warm spring evening. There were 7 small beds, though. Surely those were for 7 children. That sure doesn't sound like her. We better check up there to make sure there ain't any ruffians sneaking around our place. Now, come on, Grumpy. Who would be causing trouble in this part of the woods? Well, a loud yawn erupted between the words. I don't know after that witch lady. Witch? Had monsters already touched this area? Mike scratched his large, bulbous green head.
I'm watching you, Wazowski.
This is before any of the monster tech had been invented. He suddenly felt his blood run cold as he heard the sound of these men approaching the stairs. Sleepy's right. We can't be too careful on this. Let's go check our room. A loud sneeze erupted. Fellas, the voice finished. Our room? He didn't hear a single kid voice amongst them. Mike tried to go back to the closet, but the technology was experimental. The door would not reopen.
I can't be your man. I'm sorry. Ship. Fan. I get bread.
He tried under the bed, but his large round body would not quite fit underneath.
Like,
he built like my nutsack. You're not gonna fit under the bed. Suddenly the door burst open and 7 short, bearded, definitely adult men were in the door frame. What in tarnation is that thing? Screamed the one with the glasses. I'll grab my pickaxe, hollered the one with a scowl. Mike scurried out at that, not wanting to risk his chances of getting punctured. Wait, hold on there, fellas. Haha, you've never seen a talking one-eyed pair before? You sure don't look like a pair, squinted the one who threatened the pickaxe. Yeah, I'm not, just a bit of humor. Mike tried to scramble for a sentence, the panic not bringing out his best work when it comes to comedy. I bet the creature has a good reason for being here, said one sheepishly hiding behind his beard. Enthusiastic nodding came from a green one with a purple hat. Yes, I do. I'm just here to make sure the kiddos in your house laugh. Staring at the short men, Mike suddenly realized how their intel was messed up. The machine had assumed they were children only because of their height. The same way people overlooked him because he was small. So he continued sheepishly. But I see, there's no children here, so I'll just be on my way, fellas. Once the door back home reopens, he said, gesturing to the closet. That's a closet, followed by a large sneeze. That thing sure is loony, grumbled the angry one. Well, now, for fellas, that's no way to talk to a guest, no matter how strange. The one who leveraged threats against you is Grumpy. The green silent one there is Dopey. The sneezer is Sneezy. The yawning one there is Sleepy, and I'm Doc, he said, adjusting his glasses with a smile. Quaint, Mike said with a forced smile, thinking who the hell names their kids like that. You're free to sit the night with us. You can share my bed. Said Bashful, looking out behind his beard of bedroom eyes.
Give the camera your biggest bedroom eye.
Wait, I'm looking like evil. Mike looked outside, realizing it was start the sun already set. He had tried the closet again, but open to just wood. He sighed. It looks like that might be my only option. All the men slowly got ready for bed, taking off their clothes and getting into PJs. Mike couldn't help feel hot, looking at their strangely built bodies. It reminded him of the way Sully was built back in their adventurous college days together. Suppose you wear PJs, green fella? No, I don't. Mike said, covering his eyes. He tried to not look at their nude bodies. Sleeping in the nude. Bold fella, said Grumpy, suddenly closing in behind him, placing an arm on his shoulder. I like it. I guess I will too. Mike felt a shiver of raw desire go down his spine. Mike crawled into bed, trying not to look at the one who offered to sleep naked. Feeling the soft beard was honestly better than the blanket. He felt himself subconsciously snuggling into it. Gee, this creature is honestly like a green cooling pad for this nice hot night. All the dwarves mumbled about wanting to try that, and suddenly he was pressed into by 7 small bodies. With all this attention on him, suddenly Mike didn't feel so small.
Aww. I have Scar and Steve from Minecraft. Steve dug his pickaxe further into the granite in an effort to reach the diamond. The sweat on his brow had now crept to his chin, and the bright sun that aggressively kissed his skin earlier was now far below the horizon, replaced by the gentle moon. He hit the granite one more time, just as he had done hundreds of times before that strike, but this time it gave way. The stone fell away to reveal a cave with a cliff at the edge looking out onto a vast land. His mouth fell slightly open in awe as he took in the sight. He didn't have any sort of device that could track where he was, so it was a surprise to him that he found himself in Africa.
You and I dig my way to Africa by accident.
Oh my damn, I dug all the way to China!
Sleeping at the edge of the cliff was a family of lions. He had dealt with a variety of animals in the past, always taming them with ease, but lions were unfamiliar territory. Thinking it was best to avoid these apex predators, he tiptoed past until he reached the ground level. His primitive senses tingled as he smelled the faint scent of ash. He followed the scent until he crept into the light of what seemed like a fire. Continuing forward, he eventually came upon a blazing fire that burned away into the sky. In a circle surrounding the pit was a band of hyenas cackling at the poor dead animal who was at the wrong place at the wrong time. There was one creature that stood apart from them, standing on a more elevated boulder than the rest. Steve couldn't quite make him out with the fire blocking his figure. He stepped closer to find that this wasn't a hyena, but another lion. However, he could immediately tell there was something different about this lion. He wasn't like the ones he had seen sleeping on the cliff. He looked more sinister. A stray outlier hyena spotted Steve out of his peripheral vision and called attention to him by maniacally laughing and screaming, "Scar! There's an intruder!" The hyena warned. The lion's name was Scar, fitting considering the slash that scraped across his face from his eyebrow to his lower cheek.
What do you say about my brother?
Steve couldn't even react to the pack of hyenas that were now surrounding him, shouting out 100 different methods for how they could tear him apart. He was far too fascinated by their leader, who was now descending down the platform with a slow, methodical groove to every step. He approached Steve with a sly and mysterious demeanor. Once he reached the rectangular miner, he stuck his paw out firmly and the hyenas immediately stopped.
The what? The rectangular miner?
Wait, what? I just processed. He's a miner?
No, he's a miner!
Oh. I mean, anyone can play Steve.
Yeah, it's like Spider-Man. Anyone can be behind the mask. Anyways.
Anyone can be behind your Minecraft game, kids. Be safe.
That sounds more like a threat than like a PSA.
Once he reached the rectangular miner, he stuck his paw out firmly and the hyenas immediately stopped with their deafening laughter. And who is this curious creature?
Who is this curious creature?
And who is this curious creature I see before me? Scar drawled out wickedly. Steve, being a man of few words, pulled his pickaxe out of the notch in his belt and demonstrated his striking motion in front of the lion. The hyenas burst into an uproar of accusations about how he just tried to behead their leader, but once again, Scar shut them up. You clearly have a fine grasp of how this world works.
Oh?
Strength, power, and violence. Scar grinned. Steve nodded and put his weapon back, now lifting his shirt to reveal the diamond armor he was hiding under his clothes. Scar made a sound of approval, and of course, knowing to always be guarded. He gestured towards the pack of hyenas who stood at beck and call to protect him. I've always had my wits. However, being born as such a scrawny member of the desert's most powerful species, I've made sure to always keep my physical vessel in good hands. Scar continued. Steve stepped forward and kneeled with respect. This gesture was him offering himself to Scar as a bodyguard, but more importantly, as a protector. Scar leaned down and traced his paw down along the back of Steve's neck. You'll do just fine as my right-hand man.
Yeah.
Scar spoke in a sultry voice. He leaned even further down and lifted Steve's chin. There's more benefits included in that job description. Steve gave a thumbs up as if a visual signing of a waiver took place in that gesture. And
Bro is like thumbs up getting light.
As if a visual signing of a waiver took place in that gesture, and their relationship was then forged in the blazing fire of the night. And everyone knows that a promise made under the gentle moon, whether it's to break granite and meet diamonds or to give your life away for a lover, will always be kept with the seal of the universe's fate.
Goddamn, why do you get all poetic with it at the end?
Thank you so much for watching our video. Please leave a like and subscribe.
She needs more than 11 subscribers so she can go to VidCon.
Should make an outro pose too.